This is how you just stop giving a fuck about what anybody says, about any exterior thing. As long as you're powerful and you're a fucking lockbox in your brain and you know what your purpose is and you know where you're going and you have an undeniable proof in your own heart and your own head where you are going, you will be fine. You will keep yourself to a high standard. Like we were just talking about.
High standards and holding ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
Right? And I hope you don't mind me. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Like, why care? Why? This is your life. God blessed you with one life. I don't care if this is your first time. This is probably your first time watching Andrew, right? But in this video, I want you guys to understand that what other people think does not fucking matter and should not dictate the decisions you make in your life, bro.
My life has significantly changed and it's significantly gotten better since I stopped caring about any external, anything somebody else says, anybody even more successful than me, less successful than me, because I don't care, because I know where I'm going. I know my purpose. I know my purpose is to guide young men to being who they need to be, because I know where I was, and I know God has given me the resources and the strength and the turmoils in my life to build me to who I am, to train and teach other people to become the best versions of themselves. And that's my purpose.
Yeah.
Fuck the money. I don't need money. All I need is to follow my purpose that God has given me, and the rest will come.
Yes.
So stop giving a fuck about everything else. Because if somebody's talking poorly about you, dude, one day they won't be there. The only people you need to care about is yourself, the opinion of yourself and God. And dude, find 3 good people to carry your casket one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than those people and God, you are good. You are good. You can't, nothing's going to affect you, dude. Right. Nothing. If you look in the mirror and you're happy, if you have thoughts in your head at 3 a.m. and you're like, fuck, I should have gone for my run, you go for that run. And your life will change significantly. Stop giving a fuck about other people think. And there's 2 sides of you. One who's going to get to where you want to go and one who won't. Listen to the one that's going to get you to where you want to go. And if you can't, you look in the mirror and you figure out who you want to be. You got to find that purpose. Because once you have that purpose, that fire's under your ass. You see it. Once you can see it and you believe it, it will happen. You got to be delusional.
It's only a matter of time.
Powerful delusion. You were delusional, bro. People looked at you and they were like, no shot. No shot. Bro was in a Honda Civic. No, Accord. He was in an Accord breaking down, bro, a year ago. And now what? Now he's thriving. Now he's in the vet.
Right,
you know what I mean?
But I'm nowhere close to where I'm going to be in the future because I don't leave my future in the hands of other people. My luck, the future I want, is a sure thing because of the things I do on a day-to-day basis.
Amen.
Right? The hard work, the effort, the relentless mindset I have built.
Discipline, bro. It's the discipline.
Is going to guarantee me the life I want in the future. And that is what it's all about. What these people say, what you're scared about what she's going to say, what he's going to say, it doesn't matter. These people, truthfully, they probably won't even be at your funeral, right? So knowing that, why are you letting their opinions stop you from doing what you want to do, doing what you want to achieve, doing what you know you need to do to get to where you want to be? You letting these people set themselves in your lives as roadblocks, set their opinions in your life as roadblocks, when you should not give them that power, because the truth is, right, Andrew, you're giving that person your power. You're giving them power, right? By letting their opinion be valuable to you, you're giving that person power when you don't even have to. You could take what they say and disregard it.
Pray for them, bro.
Pray for them.
Pray for them and stop giving a fuck. It's in God's hands now.
It's in God's hands, right? But you and God are the only opinion that actually matters. And don't take our words and twist them, confuse them. We are not saying be ignorant and don't take advice, right? When the advice is sound and it makes sense and it's coming from a person in a position that you want to be in, take the advice. But when it comes to people telling you what to do with your life, then you need to step up and you need to understand that that opinion is just an opinion. Don't let it be a roadblock. You don't have to give it power. Right? Understand, bro. Understand. You know what I'm trying to say? Be a man with a plan,
That's
bro.
well put.
Be a man with a plan.
That's well put. I'm gonna wrap that up. That's pretty much all I have. Like,
Just keep going off
just
the
for this
top,
one?
bro. Off the top, bro. There's so much you can talk about. There's so many
much.
people that try and tell you you can't do things.
I'm trying to figure out how to isolate it, bro. Oh my God, who you surround yourself with.
Who you surround yourself with?
I'm gonna go off into a whole different topic. So I'm gonna break into a whole different topic. Who you surround yourself with is who you become. Mm-hmm. Who you become. And if you don't have good people around you, and you have people who are tossing their energy at ungratifying things, ungodly things, if you're going out with them, if you're drinking and you're smoking and you're doing all these lazy things, you're not gratifying yourself. You're not gratifying God, right? And it might sound harsh, but you got to take a step back and realize who you want to be is not those people, right? You want to surround yourself with successful, fit, healthy, energetic people who want to do things for the greater good of themselves, their families, their loved ones, and God. Mm-hmm. And if you aren't around those people and you're that type of person, I'm sad to say it, but you got to go dark for a bit. You got to get away from those people. Mm-hmm. You got to be on your own. The amount of time that I spent alone in my cold, dark room. Isolation, bro. And I'm not, here's my thing. I love to be alone, but I am not a lonely man. You know what I mean? That is the difference. Mm-hmm. I don't value my time to be with other people. I don't. Mm-hmm. I value my time with myself because I am not lonely, but I will be alone. Because in that loneliness, in that time alone, mm-hmm. is when I've grown. It's when I've grown. I've been alone for a long fucking time. And when I was surrounding myself and forcing myself around different people, and I was getting gratification from other like worldly things, mm-hmm. I wasn't growing.
You weren't. Yeah.
I was stuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't push past anything because I was soft, because I was comfortable.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I made my life hard and I really looked at where I was and who I am, that's when I grew. That's when I decided to get into the hard things. That's when I decided to take steps.
To pick up your cross.
I picked up my cross. Hey man, nothing's heavier than the cross.
Right? And the truth is that by you surrounding yourself, if you guys find yourself in a group that is detrimental to your mindset, detrimental to your health, it's only because that when you surround yourself with people, right, their ideals, their standards, their morals, you tend to adopt these people's standards, their morals, their ideals. So therefore, with that being said, if they are standing for the right things, if their mind is in a dark place, if they are doing all the wrong things, it is only a matter of time before you start adopting everything wrong with them, right? It may not be everything, but it's going to be certain aspects. Maybe 1, you'll start smoking. Maybe 2, you'll start thinking negatively. Start damning situations, like even hanging around with people, we were talking about this earlier, that say, God damn, using God's name in vain.
You absorb their energy,
right?
And it becomes you.
And the next thing you know, you start saying God damn,
becomes
right?
you. Bro, this guy used to say type shit, and I would make fun of him. But then I started saying it because I was making fun of him for saying it.
Type shit.
So if people, type shit. So if people are doing these negative things around you all the time, and that's all you're around, all the time, who are you going to become? You know?
Right. I remember being that person in a friend group, because some of you guys may be watching this, and I don't know if you guys know Andrew in person, or you know what I'm trying to say, whatever their sort, but some of you guys may feel the need to watch this and then, oh, these guys are faking it. These guys are trying to act like, yo, they're really about this. And you got to understand that comes from a place of your environment, right? You see 2 young men trying to do whatever they can to become their best versions.
Doing it.
And in your insecurities, in your incompetence, in your self-doubt,
Lack of awareness.
Your lack of awareness.
Of what there is.
You choose to look at other people in their situation and then try and put that on them. Right? But if you guys are seeing this and you guys are absorbing what we're saying, right? I hope you do find a friend group that motivates, drives you to do better, because once you do, you are going to become a fucking different animal, a different man.
A machine. You'll become a machine.
Bro. Right? I'm working, I'm having a bad day. I call Andrew up, have one conversation. He's filled with God, he's filled with good energy, he's filled with discipline. It gets me going again, right? But say you're having a bad day, maybe you're working really hard on something and you're not seeing results, and you call up your friend and they're like, yo, let's go party.
You're gonna go party.
Yo, it's all right, don't worry about it, just put it down, right? You have your whole rest of your life to figure it out.
You're only a teenager. You're only 20 once.
You're only 20 once. Come on, party, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? You are your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the place you surround yourself with, right? Not even so much the place, because I don't even want to say that, because I grew up in a...
You are your environment.
Right? I guess you are, yeah. Right? Because I was going to say, I grew up in this small apartment and it was very confining, very claustrophobic in terms of space. But yeah, my mom, my dad, filling me up with love, filling me up with the mentality I need to become this person, right? So I was wrong for saying that, right? But your environment is crucial, right? The place itself can be bad. The place itself can be small. It could look like a Honda Accord. It could look like a, you know what I'm saying?
A Jeep.
A Jeep.
That was my first car, bro.
Right? But all in all, within the place, right, what is making up the environment is what's going to make you up. Right? You get what I'm trying to say?
Your mind controls the environment around you.
It does. It does.
Know, your thoughts become reality. What you say will happen. Manifestation's real. Whether it's manifestation or talking to God, that shit's real.
It is.
You know what I mean? My entire life, I've been looking for friends like you. You know what I mean? I've been looking for people to relate with, you know? And I've been talking to God about it my entire life. And all of a sudden, the last year, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Those people have fallen in my life. But that only happened when I got away from the other ones. You got to think about it like this. Your life has a roster. Your life has a system of people that you can allow in it because you only have so much energy. And sometimes you got to get rid of the bad ones. You got to get
you got to get rid of the bad ones, yeah. I was making sure it's recording. You're good. Okay. You're good.
But yeah, you got to get rid of the negativity, because there's no room for positivity if there's negativity. There's no oil and water. It can't take over. You got to make room for good. You know what I mean? You can't have a successful day if you don't make your bed. You know what I mean? You don't have clean clothes if you don't put them away. It's still in the hamper. You know what I mean? You have to do those things. You have to get rid of the bad, and you have to make room for the good. And whether or not that's cutting off friends or even quitting certain jobs, or, you know what I mean? Take the risk. Take the risk. You know what I mean? That's the only way to make room for good.
Yeah, do what you have to do in order to put yourself in the most optimal position possible to become your best version. Like Andrew said, there was jobs when I didn't even have the money, didn't even have the resources, where I still quit just to put myself in an environment where I can thrive and become a better version. Right? At the end of the day, it's all about optimizing your work ethic, your discipline, right? Your belief. Right? How can you optimize it? Because the truth is, every environment can either add to your situation or take away, right? So look at your situation for what it is. Look at the environment for what it is. Whether it's a friend group, whether it's a workspace, look at it for what it is and decipher whether it is adding to your life. Because if it's not adding, it is holding you from getting to where you want to be, or it is taking away from you.
We just said this. If you aren't growing, you're dying.
You're dying.
You know what I mean?
You're just dying.
Forward.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to move forward. You know what I mean? You got to keep going.
Time is of the essence, man.
You only have so much. Honestly, think about how long ago. If you're 20, think about how how long ago were you 16? It feels like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? And that only gets worse. You know what I mean? When you were 8, you felt like you were 4 the other day.
Yeah.
Now, when you're 40, you're gonna feel like you were 20 yesterday. It's a blink of an eye, and every morning you gotta do something. You know what I mean? You gotta wake up and go, fuck, I love this shit. You gotta get up and you gotta do it. I used to do the fuck it rule, but no, that put a negative thing on everything that I was doing. But now I just love it. Yeah, I love doing hard things, dude, because it makes everything else so fucking easy. I gotta do my ice plunge. I gotta go for my long runs. I gotta work harder in every aspect of my life because it makes the stresses of regular life so easy. Mm-hmm. So easy. Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'm drinking some of your water.
Yeah, with that, fuck it. Let me get some first, bro. I just want to sip.
Nah, dude, it's your water. Take it. This is the equivalent to all my boys eat. You know?
If you can't break bread, you fake. Right? But with all this being said, just be careful with who you surround yourself with, who you give your energy, your time to, because it is either going to add to you or it's going to take away. There is no in between. There is no other answer. There is no gray area. It's adding or it's taking away, right? You have to be able to tell yourself the truth. Sometimes it's not always easy to hear. But when you are able to look at things for what they are, you are gonna find yourself in the better position every single time. Every time, right? Because you don't tell yourself what you want to hear, you tell yourself what you need to hear. Therefore, always setting yourself up for success, right? For a better outcome, right? Because people end up in shitty outcomes because they lie to themselves,
they
right?
Prepare for
relationships, even relationships, going back to your ex, right? When you know the situation's fucked, when you know it's cooked.
If you are failing to prepare, you are just prepared to fail. Mm-hmm. And simply, dude, you're going back to the same habits. I've done it. How many times have you gone back to the same habits?
Well, my last ex and my only ex, I went back to her like 4 times before I had to wake up and realize, yo, like, what the fuck am I doing, bro?
Me too. It's a circle, right? Dude. And once you break out of that, how much have you grown? Because personally, I have grown so fucking much since I just cut off that shit.
Yeah. And no shots at my ex, obviously. It just wasn't what I needed at the time. So don't take my words and flip them to be negative.
Misconstrued.
Yeah, don't
words.
Misconstrued what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say is that it wasn't what I needed in that time, right? Because the truth is, you can meet the right person, but it can be completely the wrong time. Or it could be the right time for you to make the decision of your life, but you could be with the wrong person that's going to leave you on the wrong path.
Yeah, man.
Right?
If you're with somebody who won't let you go down the road for $1 million because she doesn't know where you're going, then dude, how are you ever going to get there? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just certain things that can hold you back from what you really are. You know, what you really need to do. You know? Mm-hmm.
Like sacrifice is, I wouldn't even call it a sacrifice. I always talk to my mom about it. And I wouldn't even call it a sacrifice, but it's about putting it up on the altar for God. God, is this what you want for me? Is this good for me? Is this what I need right now? Not even what I need, but is this what you want for me? Right? And at that point, it wasn't a sacrifice. He was just showing me what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be.
You'll find out. He'll let you know.
You get what I'm trying to say?
He'll let you know.
He'll definitely let you know. And sometimes it's your friend in your ear saying, yo, bro, I really think you need to focus on yourself, right? You need to use this time. And the truth is, you were that friend at the time, right? You need to focus on yourself. You need to try and utilize everything God's trying to show you and give to you right now in this time, in this moment, right? And it's up to you to see, like I said before, the truth in it, right? And not lie to yourself and tell yourself, oh, well, I can make it work, or I could work around it, or I could, pave the road, pave a different road.
She'll grow,
right?
Sometimes people need to grow by themselves. Again,
I think like that is the only way you can actually grow for yourself. I feel people can help you on that journey and tell you some things that could help you out, But the only way to actually grow as a human is to do it alone, right? Because if you change for someone, then you're now relying on that someone. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you don't know who you are when they leave.
Exactly, right? So being alone is important. There's certain things you can only do when you're alone, and growing is one of them, right? Obviously, until you meet the right person like your wife, but I'm talking more so about our age. It's like...
Have you ever been on a run? Like a good fucking run? And you can have so many people with you, or you can be by yourself. And it's that run where your phone dies, your headphone dies, and you're on that run, and you have nobody with you. You can finish it, or you go home, right? You can go to that dark place and keep yourself pushing. You can go inside your head and start getting thoughts and keep on going and going and going. You're going to want to stop. But what feels better? Finishing it on your own or quitting on your own? You know? And that's kind of how it is when you like when you have to be on your own, when you have to leave things behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's at the end of the road. You know what I mean? It's right there, and you just got to keep going, and you'll touch it, and you'll get there. It's just, will you turn back? You know what I mean?
And it's at those crossroads. It's at those crossroads where you really figure out what kind of person you are.
What kind of man you are.
Right? When you can quit or when you choose to keep going. It's at these crossroads when the decision pops up in your head, or the choice, right? To either keep going, to finish your set, to finish this last rep, to finish the race, right? Or to quit. In those moments, you really figure out who you are and what you stand for. Remember that the next time you have to make a decision, or it's hard, and you may not want to make the right decision, remember that your decision that you make is going to shape you into the person that you become on the other side. Right? Every decision fucking matters. Every decision matters, bro. It shapes who you are as a person, your character, your morals, your ideals, your standards. It shapes every single embodiment of you, right? Your choices are an embodiment of you. And when you understand that, and you understand how important your decisions are, you're gonna start seeing yourself looking at shit for what it actually is, instead of just trying to choose the option that's just easier. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
When you actually
put yourself in that hard position.
Right, when you put yourself in that hard, understand the gratitude, not the gratitude, the significance in the decision making. When you understand it's gonna shape you into that person that's good or bad, I feel like then you are focused on choosing the one that is gonna optimize your growth.
You're gonna get yourself put in a corner, and are you gonna fight? You know what I mean?
Bro.
Are you gonna fight, or are you gonna cower away?
Right, but when you don't look at it like that, you're not put in that corner. You're just gonna choose the easy route every single time, simply for the fact that it's easier and it's gonna make you feel good and it's gonna make you feel comfortable.
But when that goes away,
when it goes away, what are you
substance
left with,
you
bro?
have?
Nothing.
With that being said, I hope you have some sort of takeaways from this on how to not give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is your opinion on yourself, God's opinion on yourself, and what kind of man you are when you're alone and looking in the mirror and trying to figure out your purpose and what you are doing with your life. What are you going to do?